VfL Bochum have had one of the worst starts to a Bundesliga season that I've seen in a long time. And honestly, for them to stay up in the Bundesliga, they're going to have to pull off a miraculous second half of the season. So they've called in the big guns. They've hired Mr. Rebuild. Live start points fired up. At this point, currently winless in the Bundesliga. Start points does have us at the start of December. I don't know how we survive. And also, with live start points, you can't disable sacking. So there is a real possibility we don't even survive season 1. Some serious upgrades are going to be necessary in the January transfer window though. But with just £7 million in our transfer budget, we're going to have a near perfect transfer window. I've got to put my biggest brain on right now. Let's begin. We have got 2 matches until the January window opens. I've converted our starting 11 to what I believe is the strongest possible starting 11. And I'm hoping we can get one win at least out of the next 2 games. My mentality is we are 8 points away from Heidenheim. We're 9 points away from St. Pauli. I don't care about having a great season. I just want to make up those 9 points as quickly as possible to give ourselves a fighter's chance. And we've got a draw against Union Berlin and a loss against Heidenheim. If we could have got the win against them, or at least a draw, that would have broken things up brilliantly. That puts even more pressure for us to be perfect here in January. Let's get stuck in. I'm going to make some big moves. The right back position stands out like a sore thumb though. We need to plug that and get an upgrade as quickly as possible, which is exactly what we do on the 1st of January. Kilian Fischer joining us from Wolfsburg for 2.5 mil. I need to sell. I need to get as much money as possible. I'm going to sacrifice a lot of our reserves to get as much money into the starting 11 as possible. First man out of the club is Kwarteng heading to Hellas Verona. And we no longer need Felix Pazlak. He's heading to FC Twente. And I'm not going in for wonder kids in every area this season. I need guys that are going to come in and are going to provide an impact straight away. So we've gone ahead, got ourselves another man that knows how to play in the Bundesliga, helping out our defense even more here. It is Amos Piper joining us from Werder Bremen. Ukrainian centre-back Ivan Ordets heads to Alaves. Selling Philip Hoffman was definitely something that I wrestled with a little bit though, but I think it's going to be best for us if we get an upgraded striker as well. So the 31-year-old is heading to Royal Antwerp for just shy of 2.5 mil. And the man to replace him at the striker role is a Japanese striker who I've signed from Feyenoord. It is Ayase Ueda. The 26-year-old joins us from Feyenoord for 4.2 mil. I need him and Baldo to be a dynamic duo for the second half of this year. But we're not done yet though, lads. I want to make one more massive signing to our starting 11, but I want to get a few players out to make that happen. So Maximilian Wittek heading to Borussia Mönchengladbach for 2.5 mil. Gerrit Holtmann heads to Genoa. And this is the major domino. This is where I'm going to be improving the squad with our next signing. Our 29-year-old center midfielder Barrow is heading to Al Ittihad for just shy of 2 mil. And we've found the man to replace him. I'm actually pumped about this one. It is the Hungarian center midfielder from Union Berlin. 75 overall Andres Schaefer joins us for 6.1 mil. That's basically our entire budget gone. Trying to survive in the Bundesliga still feels like mission impossible, but we certainly haven't hurt our chances. A lot more balanced of a side. I'm praying we can sneak in. Even the relegation playoff, I'll take that. Let's see if we can survive both the Bundesliga season and sacking. Okay. That is step 1 complete. We've won 8 games in the second half of the season. We end up with 31 points. We narrowly miss out on surviving altogether. 2 points behind Mainz, 3 behind Werder Bremen. We are comfortably clear though of Holstein Kiel and St. Pauli, and we are going to be heading to the relegation playoffs. Our fate, our survival is on the line. At the top of the Bundesliga, no surprise to see Bayern Munich winning. Bayer Leverkusen win DFB Pokal. Oh my God. All right, I'll be back, lads. I'm going to run out of the apartment and go buy myself a lottery ticket. We have actually managed to survive with VfL Bochum and not being sacked. I think this is the first time in my entire my entire rebuild career, that I've made the relegation playoffs and won. We are staying up in the Bundesliga with VfL Bochum 4-3 over Schalke. I'm actually blown away. But now we have to make sure that we keep building in season number 2 and don't find ourselves in this position ever again. Taking a look at the European competitions though, Inter Milan get their revenge in the Champions League final over Man City. Besiktas win the Europa League and Panathinaikos win the Conference League. And it is our Japanese striker, Ueda, who was absolutely clutch for us in the second half of the season. 10 goals in 20 appearances for him. I'm excited to have a full season under his belt next year. Danny DeWitt stepping up solidly. Baldo, I'm tempted to bring him back next season, but I think we could also maybe go for somebody that might get a little more growth. It just depends on how much of a budget we have. We will be losing a load of players heading into next season though. Anthony Lucia is going to be retiring. Baldo, Balde, and Medic are all returning to their parent clubs, but I'm letting the contracts of Gamboa, Panawig, Tolba, and Grave all expire. But look at our manager rating. If we lost that relegation playoff, I'm certain that we would have been sacked. But we were not. We get to live another day. Bring on season 2 with VFL Bochum. Coming into this season with £23 million and a full season to work with is brilliant. Brilliant. But with that manager rating still sitting in the critical zone, we need to hit the ground running. If the board suspects another relegation battle, they're going to kick our ass to the curb. And having lost so many players through the off-season, we have got some massive holes to fill. The first of which is going to be at the center defensive midfielder role. We're going to be getting a man who will be trading the blue and white of Malmo for the blue and white of Bochum. 25-year-old Lasse Berg Jonsson. But when it comes to goalkeepers, we have so many goalkeepers on the books, but all of them are rapidly deteriorating. So I'm going to make what I believe is my youngest signing of the career mode so far. Not even that young in comparison to a lot of other rebuilds I do, but at 22 years of age, we have our new shot stopper here at VFL Bochum, coming via Slavia Praha. It is the Czech goalkeeper, Antonin Kinski. But I've just realized how abysmal our squad depth numbers are. There are a few players I want to sell, but I'm going to have to bring in some players probably off free agency to clear up the space for that. So first of all, I'm just going to promote some guys from our youth academy here. Enrique Iglesias. That's actually hilarious. Enrique Iglesias. I love your music, man. Javi Espinoza. We do love a Mexican youth academy right here. And then I'm going to get Schmidt and I will get Garcia into the squad, all of the 17-year-olds. But in reality, I'll probably sell them on down the line. We do have our first man out of the club for this season though. The Japanese midfielder Koji Miyoshi heading to Heidenheim. Does anyone else remember back in the day when Timo Horn was a beast on career mode? Not the only goalkeeper we're selling here though. Patrick Drew's heading to Werder Bremen. And Samuel Bamba is heading to Sampdoria. I'd accepted a loan move for him to go to my team of FC Cincinnati, but obviously that didn't go through. And when it comes to bringing in a new starting striker, I've elected not to re-sign Myron Baldu, and instead we've gone for a Nigerian striker. It is Rafael Durasinmi joining us from Victoria Pleasant. It was definitely a bit of a challenge getting a striker in though. I had deals rejected for Kalidio and Dejan Jovelevic. Ultimately though, I'm hopeful that we've got the right man. But now that the preseason tournament money has hit our bank account, I've put that money towards getting 3 free agent players in. Patrickson Delgado, center midfield backup, Oliver Proctor, good left back option, potentially could come into the side next year. And another Englishman, James Miles, coming in at the right back role. I wanted to make sure that I wasn't signing guys that were lower rated and around the same age as the guys we let walk on freeze last year, because I would have just been better off keeping those guys. I wanted to make sure I got really good young prospects in. I feel a million times better about this team though heading into this season compared to how I did last year. There's still a lot of work to do. I don't know if any of these guys are going to be in the starting 11 if we manage to win a Champions League with Bochum, but for now, I think we've got enough to survive relegation this season. But in all likelihood, watch me get sacked before Christmas. I have got altitude sickness. I have got altitude sickness right now looking at the table. Not a single draw all season. We are converting those draws into wins. Or maybe we're converting the draws into losses, but I don't give a crap right now. Honestly, anything above like the relegation zone is a plus for me this year. So for us to be sitting 9th right now heading into January is brilliant. I don't think we have to do any business here, nor do I think we have the money to do any business. You know what? I might try doing a short loan for a few players. Because right now, our current budget is £2. Short-term loan for Oliver Proctor to Lyon secured, and the same for James Miles. Give them 6 months off on loan, see how they come back next year, and adjust accordingly. We've plateaued a little bit in the second half of the season. We got 5 draws, but I don't care. We have comfortably avoided relegation. Freiburg down there on 24 points. Cologne and Heidenheim going down automatically. We finished 12th in Season 2 with Bochum. Let's continue building. I just want to keep going up and up and up every season. Bit of a Captain Obvious statement there, but Leverkusen are going to comfortably win the Bundesliga. Leipzig win DFB Pokal. We went out in the second round to Paderborn. Nuremberg returning to the Bundesliga. Real Madrid win the Champions League. The Europa League is going to go to Feyenoord, and the Conference League goes to Sevilla. It might be a little bit ambitious, but I would love if we could somehow qualify for one of the European competitions. He's not growing too much, but honestly, at this point, I do not care because Yeda is scoring goals for fun right now. 17 goals. Our Golden Boot winner, Danny DeWitt, continuing to step up again. I wish that he was younger. I wish so many of the guys in our squad were younger. That's concerning though. Lucas Dashner scoring more goals off the bench than Durasimi scored. Only 2 goals all year. He's lucky he's still growing, but if he continues putting up stinkers like that, the growth and the potential is definitely going to dry up. A season of so many wins we've sacrificed to get a failure right now. Tim Oerman is going to be leaving us on a free. It's not the worst player in the world to leave, but I would have loved to renew him on a contract, get him a loan move, then maybe sell him on for profit, but he doesn't want a new contract, which is incredibly frustrating. Manuel Riemann will be retiring as well. How have we come into this season with only £11 million? Last year we survived in the relegation playoff game. Is it more financially beneficial to win the relegation playoff game than to finish, what, 12th, 11th? Because we've entered this season with £12 million less than we entered the last. That changes my plans completely. Honestly, I was planning on sending Proctor out on another loan move, but I think I'm going to have to sell Bernardo on to get the money. He's 31 years of age, and I'm going to give Proctor the starting left back role for this season, a 1-year trial. So there we go, Bernardo. It sucks to see you go. You've been very reliable for us, but we need to move on. We need the next chapter to begin. Bernardo heading to Lyon for 5.3 mil. But you guys probably expected this. One of the key areas I want to upgrade this year is the centre back role. Aaron Masovic has lasted longer than I expected him to, but we sold him to Parma for just shy of 4 mil. Wheeling and dealing right now, though. We immediately have gone out and got our new centre back in, Chris Richards, the American from Crystal Palace. I had a few names on my shortlist, but Richards was the one that made the most sense. He had 12 months remaining on his contract, so we get a very experienced defender in for a bargain of a price. He joins us from Palace for just £11 million. We're not done yet, fellas. Another big departure out of our starting 11. It is going to be Ibrahima Sissoko heading to Wolfsburg for 5.2 mil. Coming back from his loan move, I'm going to cut ties permanently though with Samuel Bamba. I'm not playing a formation with left midfielders, so it makes sense to just cash in on him, especially this year when we need the money. And a loan move for James Miles, 2 years at Leeds United. I think that's going to work wonderfully. But ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for another Bellingham to light up German football. Job Bellingham joining us here at VfL Bochum. He signs on from Toulouse for 11.5 mil. He's not a huge upgrade on Sissoko, but long term I think it's going to pay dividends. We go from 28-year-old centre midfielder to a 20-year-old with the world at his feet. Until we get that big boy money, this is just going to be a slow climb, a slow crawl to make VfL Bochum a superstar club. I've just got to make sure I get 1 or 2 really nice upgrades into the squad every single year. My main point of curiosity this season, though, is how Proctor goes. If we can get him up to a 75, 76 overall, then I'll be down to give him the keys to the left-back role until he doesn't deserve them. Every year, though, I'm nervous about relegation. Yes, we had a great year last year, but this team isn't insane. It's just slowly starting to get good. I'm going to be nervous every year until it's like undeniable that we've got a great team. But I knew I wasn't going to do any business in the January window, so I've come straight here to the end of the season. And again, it is another mid-table finish. Please, FC gods, give us more money next year. Operating and trying to grow this squad with just £11 million at the base is so difficult to do. We finished above Wolfsburg, which is massive. Nuremberg, Hertha Berlin, and Dusseldorf. Well, Nuremberg not confirmed, but Berlin and Dusseldorf confirmed going down. Who's going to win it this year? It is Bayern Munich. It's this Bayern Munich and Leverkusen swapping between the two sides. We lost the final of DFB Pokal to Borussia Dortmund. That would have been massive if we had won DFB Pokal. That would have got us a spot in European football next year, more money in the budget, and a huge kick up the arse to becoming European champions. We went on a great run though. I'm just so frustrated. That was a huge opportunity missed. And I was correct. I should have just stuck with my initial gut statement. Nuremberg going down. Another Champions League final win for Real Madrid. Tottenham are going to win the Europa League and Marseille win the Conference League. Death, taxes, and Ueda being our top goal scorer. I will say though, this is very nice to see. Jurasinmi, his growth stopped in its tracks. 2 goals last year. He gets 0 growth this year, but he does get himself 20 goal contributions, which I'm hoping is going to send things in the right direction again. Job Bellingham up to an 80 within a season. Yeah, we made the right call going for him. Miles goes to a 73. How did Proctor go? He goes up to a 75. I think I'm okay keeping him in there again for another season. And for the first time in this career mode, we have nobody leaving at the end of the year. That being said, in season 4, I want us pushing towards some sort of European football. That needs to be the goal from here on in. We're not going to grow in terms financially unless we're getting European football here. 13 mil again, lads. Make it make sense. This is brutal. Absolutely brutal. Look, I think I'm going to have to do a 1-for-1 transfer. I love this guy. I love Danny DeWitt. He's been so solid for us in all 3 seasons, but he's 29 years of age now. We need an upgrade. I've sold him to Everton for £7.4 million, and I'm going to put all of that money plus our 13 mil into his replacement. And that is exactly what we're going to do. It is an upgrade to an 80 rated attacking midfielder. We have spent so much money on this guy, but I'm pumped about it. It is the Spaniard Mario Soriano joining us from Deportivo for 17 mil. I mean, we could cash in on Joe Bellingham right now. It says we could get 61 million pounds for him already. There's not a chance though. I need to go all the way with Joe. I am going to try making some big moves here though. I don't want to just be like, all right, just accept our fate that we're going to have one transfer in, one transfer out in this season. I want to make some big moves. I want to get a new starting center back in. I'm going to throw Amos Piper and Lucas Dashner as a little budget sweetener onto the transfer list. Let's see if we can make something happen in the last 2 weeks of the window. And immediately we had offers come in for both of them. We've gotten one of them out. Amos Piper helped us navigate the rocky seas, but it is now time to say goodbye. The German centre half heads to Brentford for 8.7 mil, and Lucas Dashner heading to Portugal for just shy of 3. So it's been a bit of a process, but we finally get our centre back replacement here. It's kind of a sideways transfer in terms of I've signed a guy that's also 77 overall, but the silver lining, he's 5 years younger. So I'm kind of hoping that Adamo Nagalo can have a similar season to Joe Bellingham last year, where he just absolutely explodes with his potential. He's got pretty moderate potential, but I'm hopeful. At least it's a step in the right direction. We do sign him from PSV for 9.6 mil. We're making lemonade out of lemons, but this rebuild has been an absolute slog. Here's to hoping we can finally crack European football this year. And I'm also hoping we can crack 600,000 subscribers in the year 2025. If you guys enjoy the content you've made it this far, what do you got to lose? Hit that subscribe button down below. Finally, we have a branch. The olive branch has been extended. We are sitting in the top 4 right now. We're going to have to do some serious work though if we want to climb up the top 4 spots and to make sure we don't fall down into mid-table obscurity. But with the little bit of money we do have, I'm going to make a signing here in January. Nothing extraordinary, just a backup center midfielder in Ben Westermeyer. 70 overall, so he's a decent backup. I may have just changed this guy's entire life though. If we do hold on and get Champions League football, Ben Westermeyer is going to have gone from playing in the German 3rd division to the Champions League within 6 months. Oh, we have missed out on the Champions League. We've fallen out of the top 4, but I'm just happy to get some sort of European football next year. Bochum, VfL Bochum are heading to the Europa League. We finish on 53 points, which I'm pumped about. But the thing I want the most, just give me some more money. Give me my money. Relegation zone is going to see Darmstadt and Holstein Kiel going down with Hamburg in the playoff game. Borussia Mönchengladbach almost going down. Bayern Munich do win DFB Pokal. We unfortunately went out in the quarterfinals to Frankfurt. Hertha Berlin coming back up. Barcelona winning the Champions League this year. Nice take down Man City to win the Europa League. I'm so interested to see how we perform there. And it is Benfica ending their European curse as they beat Rosenborg in the Conference League final. Ueda up to an 81 overall. Beautiful to see. 18 goals, 4 assists. Again, I wish he was younger when he got brought in because I feel like dynamic player potential would be going insane with him. Job Bellingham, though, I made the right call. 84 overall at 22 years of age, 15 goal contributions. This man is running the Bundesliga. Proctor up to a 78. Again, he's continuing to grow and continuing to live up to expectation. He now has the showing great potential status sign, though, which is brilliant. I am going to let 2 of our youth academy kids go though. Gabriel Schmidt, I'm letting walk. And I actually wanted to renew the contract of Javi Espinoza, but he wanted more game time and refuses to sign a new contract. But here we go, fellas, into European football. And if the money falls our way, we're going to have a fun season next year. Oh, it's not that much money, but it's so much better than what we've been dealing with. It's only, what, 9 million more than what we got after surviving relegation in season 1, but I don't care. It is more than 11 million pounds. So immediately I'm getting out into the transfer market and I'm signing us a new starting centre midfielder. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the German Rocco Reitz from Borussia Mönchengladbach. 20 million pounds spent on him. But to make some more business happen, we're going to have to get some big name players out. This guy doesn't necessarily fall under that category, but it is Noah loosely heading to Norseland. Andres Schaefer definitely does though. One of our key players at the start of the career mode. We've sold him for 10 mil to Real Sociedad, and for that, they told me the most I was going to get was 9.5. My chief executive is telling me fibs. And in an indication of what position I'm trying to upgrade, Killian Fisher, another one of the guys that saved us in the early days, has been told to move on. At 27 years of age, we've sold him to Benfica. And that has allowed us to spend pretty damn healthily on a new right back here. Gonna get the Ivory Coast right back, Due. The 25-year-old joins us from Rayo Vallecano. We do desperately need a backup centre back though, so Leandro Morgala is going to join us, 73 overall. I'm excited for this season though, fellas. Europa League football coming our way. The goal of getting into the Champions League is our #1 priority. Just need the lads to keep growing. The sky's the limit, honestly, for where Joe Bellingham's going to end this season. But I would absolutely love if we went on a run in the Europa League. I don't know what my expectations are, to be totally honest, so I'm just going to go along for the ride this year. So it's the 1st of January. We currently sit 8th, which isn't ideal, but we are only 5 points away from the top 4. So we've been in worse positions. RB Leipzig, currently with an invincible season, but they sit down in 3rd. But when it comes to the Europa League, we still have 2 games remaining in league phase play, but we're currently undefeated. Let's hold on to that. 5th place for a 2nd straight year. Honestly though, I'm feeling pretty lucky with that because we were only 2 points away from 8th place. So unless we manage to win the Europa League, then it looks like we're heading back to the Europa League again next year. That slow start of the season has cost us those 6 points out of the top 4. And honestly, not that far off the title. Relegation zone, Union Berlin in the playoff with Hertha Berlin and Heidenheim automatically going down. Borussia Dortmund win DFB Pokal. FC Cologne are going to be in the Bundesliga, whilst PSG win the Champions League. We ended up losing 1 game in the Europa League phase play, but we are going to skip the playoffs, and that gives me a lot of confidence heading into the second half of the season. So we skip the playoffs, and now in the round of 16, we go out to Shakhtar Donetsk. We have been eliminated in the Europa League round of 16 to Shakhtar Donetsk. That is brutal. We lose 1 game, all of league phase play, and then immediately get dumped down in the round of 16. That is frustrating, but it ends up being Arsenal winning the Europa League, whilst Atalanta win the Conference League. At least our strikers have had solid years. Ueda up to an 83 overall now. 26 goals, 4 assists, and a great year, career best year for Rafiu Dirasinmi, who gets himself 23 goals. He's still got time on his side. Soriano with a great season as well. He gets himself 21 goal contributions, up to an 84 overall. And Job Bellingham is 87 rated at just 23 years of age. This dude is a freak of nature. His market value is 96 mil right now. We could cash in, but I think he has to be here for the rest of the rebuild. I had to get this one over the line really quick. Stefan Bajetic had less than 12 months remaining on his contract. Clubs were circling him like a shark, but he is who I think is going to be the future of the defensive midfield role. We had 37 million pounds coming into this season. We've spent a large chunk of it here on the Spaniard, Stefan Bajetic, who joins us from RB Leipzig for 27.2 mil. But I'm about to sell 2 starting 11 players to try financing a new centre-back. Chris Richards naturally making way, 15 mil to go to Nottingham Forest. I mean, Lasberg Jonsson is the other one I want out, but I just thought I'd show you guys the offer that I received from West Ham. 2 mil plus Marcus Rashford. We could imagine if we had Marcus Rashford at VfL Bochum. But there it is, we get it over the line. You guys might not be surprised. You saw it up above, but he's heading to the Yellow Submarine of Villarreal. Big price tag, but I'm excited to use all this money towards a hopeful star centre-back. I didn't expect it to take this long, but we need to start signing some stars. And a star is exactly what we're going to sign right now. This is huge. This takes us to a different level. The Brazilian Lucas Beraldo. Formerly of PSG, we signed him from Bournemouth Bournemouth for just shy of £38 million. A new club record transfer. Oh man, we need... Bellingham's already doing 88. What is going on right now? Jude Bellingham is a star, man. We're going to need him to carry us. We need to get Champions League now. This team is good enough to get Champions League. Some players still growing, but man, I want this to be the year VfL Bochum go to the Champions League. And we did have Bayern Munich coming in here for Rafael Durasinmi, but there is not a chance. We need him firing if we're a chance of getting into the Champions League and getting past Bayern Munich. For the third successive season, we finished 5th in the Bundesliga with VfL Bochum. 6 points out of the Champions League spots. That is bloody brutal. Leipzig win the league with 2 losses. Man, 5th. I mean, I'm stoked to be in the Europa League again. I just want to get to the Champions League. Dusseldorf and Fürth go down. Cologne in the playoff game. Leipzig win DFB Pokal. Unfortunately, we lost to Borussia Mönchengladbach in the semi-finals. And FC Cologne will be staying up in the Bundesliga. Real Madrid win the Champions League again. But we did finish 8th in the league phase play, so that just sneaks us into the round of 16 again. Let's hope we don't go out automatically for the second straight year in the round of 16. Round of 16, we beat Rangers 5-2. Huge tick. We get into the quarterfinals. This is our only chance. Where are we? Oh, we're at the top. I completely missed that. We beat Sparta Praha 7-1. So we are into the semifinals. If we can win the Europa League, we will get ourselves into the Champions League. We beat Newcastle United 4-2, and we're going to be versing Inter Milan in the Europa League final. They destroyed Anderlecht, but we beat them. Come on. Come on. Oh my God. We can't get it done in the Bundesliga, but we get it done in the Europa League. We have won the Europa League with VfL Bochum, and we're going to the Champions League next year. Oh my God. But we'll be Real Sociedad winning the Conference League. Another absolutely unbelievable season from Ayase Ueda. Dynamic play potential is getting into him. He is getting better with age. 85 overall at 31 years of age. Duracimi up to an 82. He's growing slowly. Job Bellingham hits 90 overall though, fellas. 90 overall. That is beautiful. We have got a huge blow though. James Miles. Could have sold him on for a nice little profit there, but he has signed a pre-contract, refused to sign an extension at our club, so we're going to be saying goodbye to him heading into next year. Regardless though, fellas, we are heading into the Champions League for the 2030-31 season. I want to go all out. We're going to get that money. Let's make it count. I'm starting off life in the Champions League, stealing another world-class centre-back from Bournemouth. Malik Thiaw. Absolutely pumped with this one. The German centre-back returns home for 38 mil. But I'm making 2 big calls here to get a huge upgrade in between the sticks. Antonin Kinski has been one of my favourite players in this rebuild, but it's time to move on, cashing in on him for 32.8 mil. And to help bolster our budget, I'm going to sell Adamo Nagalo to PSG. We got him from PSV, we sell him to PSG. It all works out in the end. A new deal has been secured though to get ourselves a new goalkeeper. You guys might not recognize this guy because he doesn't exist. We have signed a regen player. Bayer Leverkusen's Finnish goalkeeper, Tommy Hämäläinen, joins us for 30 mil. Our first ever Champions League campaign begins with this lineup right here though, fellas. What a team we are putting together. I've also saved about £17 million for the January window. I'm definitely going to be looking to make some changes to the squad there. Whether it's to the starting 11, whether it's to the bench, time will tell. But when it comes to the Champions League, this is who we'll be facing. League phase play in September begins with a trip to Azerbaijan as we take on Karabakh. October, we're away against PSG, and then at home against Slavia Praha. November, we're at home to Arsenal, and then away in Turkey to Galatasaray. It's very balanced. We get one game that we should win, a game that we're going to be up against it in. December, we have the Europa League semi-finalists in Anderlecht, and we finish off against AS Roma in Rome, and then Barcelona at home. All right, we need to make sure we're in a good position come January. Oh, I never thought I would see the day. 1st of January, top of the Bundesliga by 8 points. 8 points, just one loss also far this season. There is still so long to go, but I'm giddy with excitement, man. I am giddy. We are 8 points clear at the top of the Bundesliga. This is a feeling that I'm not sure I was ever expecting. But there is work to do when it comes to the Champions League, currently just outside of the automatic spots with 2 of our toughest games remaining. Durasinmi, honestly, coming into this, I was like, I'll probably have to upgrade him coming into January, but he's gone up +2 in the first half of the season. Proctor, still growing, 24, I think I keep the faith with him. Honestly, I think I invest this £14 million into our bench. Our bench is an absolute mess right now, which has led me to dropping £5.5 million on the Swedish attacking midfielder Lukili, and £5.5 million also on Gregor Beck, a young German right back, 76 overall. But we ended up losing both of our remaining Champions League phase games to Roma and Barcelona. So that means we are into the playoffs and we're going to be versing Red Bull Salzburg. Such a big moment in club history. We need to see if we are contenders or pretenders. Like, if we can't get past Red Bull Salzburg, no disrespect, but if we can't get past them, then we didn't deserve to be in contention to begin with. First leg at home at the Ruhrstadion, and we take a 2-1 lead back to Austria. A lead is a lead, but let's get the job done. Second leg in Salzburg, get us into the round of 16. We get another 2-1 victory. Delgado off the bench finishes it off. No injuries, no suspensions. And we're into the round of 16. Okay, in the round of 16, we've got Valencia. I was definitely expecting one of the big dogs, but we've got Valencia. Anderlecht 1-0 up against Real Madrid. If they could hold on to that, that would be massive. Well, let's just focus on ourselves. Let's focus on keeping our competition alive. First leg at the Ruhr Stadium, just like in the playoff round. But unlike the last time, we have it's a 2-2 draw rather, as we head to Spain. And so unlike the playoff round, we head in all tied up here against Valencia. Second leg away in enemy territory, and it's a penalty shootout victory. Not much to... Oh my God, Gyökeres was a hero there for Valencia. Okay, we miss an early penalty, but we make up for it when the penalties count. We're into the quarterfinals. That was stressful. Into the final 8, and we have Roma. Roma have the wood over us. Roma beat us in that final league phase game. So as far as I'm concerned, they come into this one as the favorites. We need to prove ourselves and not go out 3 times in a row to Roma. Also, Real Madrid pulled it off in the second leg. I was kind of hopeful that Anderlecht could come back to the semi-finals with us down the line, just like the Europa League last year. But we'll carry the torch for you, Anderlecht. We've got it, mate. All right, here we go. Switch up of energy. We're into Rome for the first leg here. Oh, Proctor's not growing this year. Anyways, all right. Heading to Rome, first leg, and we take the lead. It would have been so much better if Shevchenko didn't get that late goal there for Roma. But we have a 2-1 advantage to take back to Germany. Massive. We've proven that we can beat Roma. Now let's finish the job. A draw gets us into the semi-finals here in the Champions League. And that is exactly what we get. Stefan Bajetic is going to be the winner. We are going to take out Roma. And VfL Bochum 1848 are heading to a Champions League semi-final. Oh, but we're going to be up against it, lads. There was no easy opponent in this one. It was either Juventus, Real Madrid, or the team we eventually got, PSG. I am curious as to whether our former centre-back Adamo Nagalo is going to start for PSG in this one. First leg is away in Paris. Our whole team is bloody complacent, which I'm not pumped about. I would rather us be very happy, but it doesn't matter. You guys can stay complacent if you perform like that. Ayase, the Japanese Jamie Vardy, is going to give us a lead to take back to Germany. We are a 90-minute performance away from a Champions League final. PSG, such a tough team to verse. A 1-goal lead might not be enough against them. But my God, am I going to see. Can we get ourselves to a final? Yes, we do. It goes to extra time. Durasimi is our hero. The Nigerian striker Durasimi is our hero as we are heading to a Champions League final with VfL Bochum. And here in Season 7's Champions League, we're versing Real Madrid. Anderlecht, this one is for you. I will avenge you. Taking a look around the grounds, the Europa League sees Borussia Dortmund beat Brighton and SC Midtjylland beat Mallorca. But we have absolutely destroyed the Bundesliga this year. 8 points clear. And I mean, we were 25 points clear of missing out of the Champions League zone next year, which is brilliant. 77 points. VfL Bochum, we are champions of Germany. We're Bayern Munich down in 9th. That is unbelievable. Bayern Munich down in 9. And in the relegation zone, Mainz and Hoffenheim go down. Borussia Mönchengladbach win DFB Pokal. The relegation playoffs still to come. And one thing I didn't mention, which gives me a lot of hope coming into this game, we beat Real Madrid at the start of the season in the UEFA Super Cup. That is a great omen. Huge seasons from both of our strikers. I did not expect Oyusi Ueda to be in a UEFA Champions League final with us. 32 years of age, the Japanese Jamie Vardy, and the Nigerian nightmare up top with Starboy, Job Bellingham in the midfield. This team, this rebuild, has taken so many directions that I did not see it taking, but I'm hoping the direction of Champions of Europe is next up. Oh, Bellingham on Bellingham. I just realized that. Job and Jude in the final. And Jude is not holding anything back. Feed that. This is great footy. Need to bring that down. He muscles him off. We had to go for the shot there. We could have made such a better opportunity if we put a bit more power on it. Or a bit more pace, rather, from the pass. Go on. Please be onside. He is. Bang it on the angle. Oh, my God. Maybe I should have gone near post. But I thought that was about to sneak in. We are starting really strong. Madrid have just been so hard to break down. We need to do something. We've had all the possession, just nothing to show for it. They are sitting back deep and suffocating us. This is good play, though. Mario putting that ball in there. Not the greatest ball in the world, not the greatest header. That just sums up our first half. Corner for Real Madrid to start the second half. They have been disappointing, but we cannot allow them an opportunity to start being impressive. They put that one over. Do not let Saliba get high off corners. I've woken up in this second half, lads. Reitz, the captain, puts that one in there. Duransimi doesn't even jump for it, question mark. Thior does, though. Dewey! Oh, the defender almost scores. Oh my God, they've put that one on a platter for Vinicius. What are we doing? Oh, do not. I thought we already dealt with that, man. They just keep giving it to Vinicius, and he keeps having so much space. And there it is. We are off to extra time against Real Madrid in what has been a frustrating game that we could have put to bed at multiple occasions. Oh, have we not won that ball away? Do not let Mbappe shoot. Can I fucking change to one of my center defensive midfielders? I thought that went between his legs. Holy shit. Oh, I'm stressed, lads. Corner for Real Madrid. Everybody feels like they're 30,000 kilos more overweight. Is that not a clearance? Holy hell. Oh, do not. We've had Beraldo get injured right at the death here. They go for a long shot, miracle shot. We're off to penalties, and I'm okay with that because everybody on my team felt so fat and sluggish and overweight. Trust me, I would know what that feels like. Now we get the joy of penalties at the Berlin German Olympic Stadion. Ueda, the Japanese Vardy. I'm going left here with him, and he gets the penalty shoot off to a great start. Let's stop Mbappe. He's going to go to the left as well. No, he couldn't have put that anymore in the top right-hand corner. The captain, Reitz. I'm going right with this one. Reitz, there we go. Palacios, you're going to the left, mate. Palacios again. Oh, he hits the post! He hits the post! Okay, advantage Bochum. I'm going to the right. And Thior, oh my, he hit the post and put it in. Suevas, he's going left. Oh my, oh, he hit the post. What is, that right-hand post has been hit 3 times in a row. And now Durasinmi has the chance to win us a Champions League title. I'm going right. I want to hit that post again. No, it's been saved. Oh my God. Hit that right post again, Tillman. You wouldn't. You wouldn't. Now he goes left. Soriano. Can he win it for us? I'm going left with Soriano. Please, Soriano. He scores it. I thought we were going to stuff it, but we have done it. One of the most draining rebuilds I have ever done. When I started filming this, the sun was up. The birds were chirping. It was early in the morning. I was drinking my morning coffee. Now, you can probably tell I'm about to go get dinner. I could probably get dessert at this point. It has been such a long day. But my God, has it been worth it? We take down Real Madrid on a penalty shootout. Job Bellingham is going to get bragging rights in the Bellingham household. And we have just won a Champions League with the Bundesliga's worst club, VfL Bochum. Lads, if you enjoyed this insane rebuild, make sure you click here to subscribe and click here to check out another video.